नमस्कार, मैं हूं आशीष श्रीवास्तव और आप लोग देख रहे हैं टॉप न्यूज। आज हमारे सामने जो शख्सियत है हमारे साथ में है, ये भारत की नहीं है, ये स्पेन से आए हुए हैं और ये पूरे भारत भ्रमण पर निकले हुए हैं। और चूंकि इनकी जो खोज है, ये खोज इस तरीके की है, ये किताबें लिखना चाहते हैं। ये किताबों को 7 जो रिलीजियस है या 7 पुस्तकों का जो है ये पब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, जिसके चलते आज ये इटावा में रुके हैं। और आपको एक बात बता दूं, ये 60,000 की जो एक यात्रा है, पद यात्रा, इसको पूर्ण कर चुके हैं और इनका अनुमान है कि 40,000 किलोमीटर की पद यात्रा है, उसको भी ये पूर्ण करेंगे। आज ये हमारे इटावा जनपद के सिविल लाइन थाने में रुके हैं, क्योंकि इनका मानना है कि ये किसी का सहारा नहीं लेना चाहते, किसी से कुछ कहना नहीं चाहते, किसी से कुछ सुनाना नहीं चाहते। लेकिन पेशे से तो ये बिजनेसमैन है स्पेन में, लेकिन ये इटावा में आए हैं और जो भ्रमण अभी तक जो कर चुके हैं उसमें अभी तक इन्होंने किसी से कोई इसी तरीके की मदद नहीं ली। और ये यहाँ पर आए हैं जहाँ पर जो थाने के जो कर्मचारी हैं उन्होंने इनको खान पान भी कराया, सब कुछ कराया। तो जिनसे जानते हैं इनकी जवानी की क्या ये कहना चाहते हैं। सर, व्हाट्स योर नेम?
My name is Xavier and my Indian name is Deepak.
So I can say your Spain name and I can talk with your Indian name.
Doesn't matter. The same person have a two names.
So,
Okay.
sir,
Yeah.
I can talk with you with the name of his Xavier.
Oh, Deepak, no problem. It's the
Okay,
same.
Deepak.
It's the same person.
So, Xavier, what's your purpose in India?
Well, its purpose is to find myself.
You can take a 60,000 kilometer foot bath. So, what is the purpose to walking Padayatra?
It's to find myself, and at the same time, I'm trying to write a book. I have a. I was planning to write one book actually about my experience, but since I have across whole India, and there are so many subjects that are in India, so I like to divide all the different subjects in a different book, so I don't want to write everything in one book. So I have decided to now write 5 to 7 books with the different subjects, because they are in India there are lots of subjects. I cannot write everything in one book. In my experience, like, you have a religion, you have a culture, you have a traditions here, you have a archaeological, you have a how you call a forts and the palaces in India. So all these things I cannot put in one word in one book. So that was my idea, to write different books in a different subjects, so people can be easily understand how is my journey.
What's your experience in India? Because there are 40,000 kilometers away from your journey. So,
Yeah.
what's your experience?
But so far I have finished more than 50-60,000 kilometers, and so far what I said, I have done everything without money, and if I'm still alive, I cannot ask more than that. So for me, this is my experience. The result itself has to speak. So if I'm finished 60,000 kilometers or 50,000 kilometers without money, and I have still in a good shape, so I think it's a good result. And at the same time, I can say Indian people are very nice, and they have cooperated with me very nicely. And India is a great country.
Sir, there are so many countries in the world. So, how can you choose in India only? What's your touch with India?
Well, because we are Indian origins. We are Indian origins. My parents was moved to Spain from last 130 years. My mother's grandfather. So since then we are there. And people, once they live in the Western countries and they have an origin from India, they have a always soft corner for the country. So that kind of stuff I always had. So I wanted to know my country, my roots, my deep culture. So this is what I'm doing, and I am writing different books. Like one book I'm writing on the Sikhism also, because for me, Guru Nanak Dev Ji did such a great job for the humanity. So I believe more in humanity than any human-made religion. So for like that, there are lots of subjects that which I am trying to give awareness. I'm not writing a book to the people to make money. I am just trying to write all what I have seen in India. So people should have that kind of awareness. So they should always be at the same time fight for their rights. So there are subjects which I'm trying to address in my book.
Sir, at that time, you are sitting with a Thana civil line in district Etawah, Uttar Pradesh state.
Yes.
So, what kind of behavior like police?
Oh my gosh. I think the more gratitude I have for the police department, not only Itawa, there was a one person in Itawa police station. His name is Arbi Singh. Arbi Singh. He was a very nice guy. He gave me a very good reception. This kind of reception one expect when they come inside the police station and they ask you, would you like to have a drink of water or tea or something. This kind of, I mean, you may not want anything, but the courtesy, the reception that you give. And since I'm walking like a fakir in all over in India. So for me, that kind of a feeling, this is very important for me, and this is what I felt for the police department all over in cross country. And I'm good to say that I'm writing one book on police also. That what is my experience in entire India with the police people. And
Sir, last question. What what are the suggestions for your Indian politicians in?
oh my gosh, I don't want to be killed in India.
No, there is no one to kill you. But
For me,
I can say one suggestion for Indian politicians.
oh my gosh, I think they are very lucky to be born in India. They should love this country and protect this country as a united one country. And I don't know, I have lots of to say, but I like to keep my words in. But they should work to welfare of India. I think one person who is doing a great job so far in my, he's not seamless, but he's not seamless, but he's doing a great job for development of India is Mr. Modi. I have a great respect for him, and for me, I feel the other other politicians also should unite with them to make India, and India has a great potential. India has a great potential to be world leader, and India is autosufficient. India is not, yes, in a gas and the petroleum sectors. Yes, India is dependent in other countries, but at the same time, India is one of the biggest potential in the world.
Narendra Modi, since 10 years, he can become a Prime Minister of India. He can work with the theme of Clean India and Green India. So, how can you see the?
Well, I belongs to the green energy field, and I'm not, as I said, he's not seamless. So there are lots of ground that he has to do still. It's not only he. Let me tell you, give you a small example. I think it is contribution of. Okay, let me ask you. Let me put you this way. Do you love your country?
Yeah, I can love
You love your country. Why do you love your country? But which is too dirty. How you can love your country? So what my message is not for the Modi ji. Modi ji alone cannot do anything. It is we. It is. I'm not finger pointing you. It's we. I have a responsibility not to throw any garbage on the street. Let's say train. Yeah. If train is running out of the city, who's going to go there and pick up the garbage? Will remain there, isn't it? So we need to take the responsibility. If we love this country, we need to keep this country clean and tidy. We cannot throw the garbage and say, okay, the problem, you know what I feel sometimes? Listen to me very clearly. Educated people throw the garbage, and uneducated people are picking the garbage. So where's the education?
education are in the dustbin.
So this is the dustbin. This is the goddamn dustbin. You have a no common sense. So your education is a toilet paper. I don't want to say all these things because for me, I get really frustrated and I get really annoyed to see people, they are eating from their car, they are throwing. Hey, I'm walking, I'm walking. And you don't even pay attention that somebody is walking. You just throw. So where's the education? You may be driving whatever car you are driving, but you are showing who you are end of the day. So that's all. Namaste Bharat, Namaste India. The people are very nice, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for interview.
ये हमारे साथ थे स्पेन से आए हुए जेवियर, जैसा कि इन्होंने बताया और एक संदेश भी दिया है भारतीयों के लिए कि जिस तरीके से गार्बेजों को हम लोग रोड पे फेंक देते हैं, स्ट्रीट पे फेंक देते हैं, जिससे हम लोग अपनी पढ़ाई लिखाई को परिलक्षित करते हैं। और इनका इसका एग्जाम्पल भी इन्होंने दिया कि पढ़े लिखे लोग जो है भारत में वो गंदगी को फेंकते हैं और गरीब लोग इसको उठाता है, जैसा कि भारत में नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये आम इंसानों के दिमाग में बसी हुई गंदगी है। आशीष श्रीवास्तव, टॉप न्यूज, इटावा।